Good evening and welcome to tonight's contest between the Montague Wildcats and the Hart Pirates. My name is Louis Thumser.
And I'm Jeff Peterson. And we've got with us tonight Art Keel, who's the official scorer for the Montague Wildcats, and he's going to be our pregame host. Art, how long have you been doing this?
Oh, it's well over 20 years.
Okay, well over 20 years. What got you into this?
Well, I've always had an interest in sports, and before I came to Montague, I coached. In fact, I coached a little bit after I got here, and shortly after I got here, this opened up, and was something that I want to do. It keeps me in contact with the game and with the players, and I just really like it.
Well, I think it's really neat. You've been retired now for this going on number 2, right?
This is my second year, yes.
And you've stayed right with it, and that's a real plus. I know I enjoyed having you as my scorer when I was coaching, and it sure made it a lot easier on me. What's your feeling about this ball team as you compare it to other ball teams that you've seen?
Well, this has got to be right up there, I think, with the best that we've had, at least since I've been here. I can think of, well, right offhand, 3 other teams that were probably, considered to be good teams. One was just a few years ago, the team of '82 that went to the regional finals, and then several years before that was the team of 1974 that lost out in the district championship in a triple overtime. And then, of course, one of my special teams is the team of '79, but I have a real personal bias for that team because that's one my son played with.
Well, and a very good player he was. And, of course, the '74 team, I remember that one because was right in this gym right here that I happened to be sitting on the bench and we lost. But that was an excellent team, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, that's, I think, just an excellent ball team. I think we're very fortunate also to have some really excellent coaches on the bench, too.
I do, too. They have a lot of experience. They bring a lot to the game, and they bring a lot about philosophy and just life and deportment, besides their great knowledge of basketball.
Well, I think you can tell that the kids get a lot more than just basketball when they're playing for these coaches.
Yes, they sure do.
As the season goes on, what do you see us doing as the season progresses?
Well, it would be nice if we went the rest of the way, without a loss. But the way I see it now, that there are several teams that could beat us, including the game tonight.
Right.
Whitehall again, of course, they were very tough. Shelby, there will be tough. Ravenna down there will be tough, the way I see it anyway. So, we're not over the hump by any means.
No, I think the kids have played real well up to this point, and they can't let any game not be a big game for them. They got to look at everyone the same and take it as it goes. As you said, if they lose their edge tonight, for instance, that kind of takes off the luster off last Friday night's game. So they've got to really kind of make sure they keep up for every ball game as the season goes on. And of course, I know we probably shouldn't talk this far in advance, but I'm sure that they would like another crack at Grant too.
I'm sure of that, and possibly that if we get through the district, that we'll get a chance to see that maybe in the regionals.
Right. Well, I think it's about game time here, so Art, I appreciate you coming down and being our guest tonight, and hope to see you over there behind the bench for many years to come.
Thank you. I plan on being there.
Okay. And with that, I think we'll take it back upstairs for the broadcast of tonight's game between the Hart Pirates and the Montague Wildcats.
Got it?
1, 2.
Okay, we're about ready to get tonight's game underway. About 30 seconds left before game time.
Louis, as I said in the interview, the Wildcats really have to be cautious tonight's ball game. I think they really have to be up for it because they played real tough for the last 2 weeks. They had a 5-game stretch against some real top-notch caliber ball teams that came out 4-1, and you have a tendency to take a team like Hart a little bit lightly. In fact, I think they did that the first time around, and they almost lost that one. And this big conference game, you can't afford to lose this one, drop back into a tie with the Whitehall Vikings, who they battled and gained a victory on Friday with. I think we're about ready here for the starting lineup, so I'll turn it back over to you.
The Montague Wildcats and the Hart Pirates. Before we introduce the young man starting on
Okay, we're about ready for the Star Spangled Banner now.
for the playing of our national anthem by the Hart High School Pep Band.
The Hart Pep Band with the national anthem.
And now for the starting
We're about ready for tonight's starting lineups.
starting at guard, number 12, Paul Schaaf.
For Montague, starting at one guard, Paul Schaaf, number 12.
The other guard, number 22, Rich Erdman.
Rich Erdman, number 22, is our other guard.
Starting at one forward, number 30, David Osborne.
At forward, number 30, Dave Osborne.
Starting at the other forward, number 34, Jim Green.
And the other forward is number 34, Jim Grieve.
Starting at center, number 52, Randy Lindquist.
And finally, starting at center, number 52, Randy Lindquist.
By Mr. Jim Tate. And now for the starting lineup of our Hart Pirates.
And now for the Hart Pirates, starting lineup.
Aaron Nash.
Number 13, Aaron Nass.
The other guard, wearing number 15, a junior, K.C. Fowler.
At the other guard, number 15, Kenneth Fowler.
Starting at one forward, wearing number 33, a senior, Scott Feltner.
At forward, number 33, Scott Feltner.
Starting at the other forward, wearing number 43, a senior, Mark Smith.
Our other forward, number 43, Mark Smith.
Starting at center, wearing number 45, a senior, Tom
And at center, number 45, Tom Johnson. That's our starting lineup for Hart.
officials.
Well, Louis, that's a little bit different lineup than we saw the first time we played them, but they still got some real key players in there. Matt Gamble at guard, Mark Smith at a forward, and then the other forward, they've got Scott Feltner. Some real key players, and last time we played them, as I said, they gave the Wildcats really a tough tassel, and I think it's going to be in for a good ball game tonight.
I think so also.
The key for Hart, again, I think, is to stay close all the way and then try to get it at the end. And the Wildcats don't want to do it against a pesky team like the Hart Pirates. They like to jump out that quick lead, push it up, and get out so there's no chance of them getting back. It's as if the referees are telling the cheerleaders to stay back of the line so there's no injuries. Doing a little housekeeping out there and cleaning up the floor. So we're just about ready to go.
Okay, I think we're ready for tonight's tip-off. Randy Lindquist going up against Mark Smith. And Hart takes control of the ball early.
Here we had Tom Johnson over the back. Jim Grieve went up for that board, got to the inside position, and Johnson was all over his back. And the Pirates are in man-to-man.
Jim Grieve, turnaround jumper for Montague.
Wildcats in their full court man-to-man. And just about had a turnover there, but
good hustle by Randy. And Rich Erdman gets the steal there. Jim Grieve. Jump ball.
I think Jim was going to pass it inside Dave Osborne, a return pass, and I think he got surprised about how high Mark Smith can go up in the air.
Nice slot from the outside, basket no good.
Nice play by Tom Johnson. Seeing he didn't have any pass, just tossed it off Jim Greaves' leg out of bounds. And Pirates got the ball again.
Shot by Scott Feltner, no good. And Scott Feltner for the Pirates. Randy Lindquist scores for Montague.
Well, Dave Osborne created that. Got the guy go up in the air, drove around him, drew the defense away from Randy, and got it inside to him for an easy 2. Mark Smith had the shot. You know, he was 2 feet away from the rim and then passed it off for a 4-foot shot, and Tom Johnson just wasn't ready for it. Out of bounds, Wildcats.
Shot by number 45, Tom Johnson.
The Pirates have missed some easy opportunities, and the Wildcats have had a chance to take advantage of it, but at this point have not.
And off the hands of Jim Grieve, Hart will take over. Foul on Rich Erdman.
Fouls on number 22 for the Wildcats, Rich Erdman, his first, team first.
The Wildcats have had their hands on the ball a number of times and caused some problems, but just can't seem to really get the Pirates to turn it over.
Shot by number 45, Tom Johnson, no good. And a foul there on number 33, Scott Feltner.
I had the opportunity of watching the Hart Pirates in their first game of the year over at Fremont, and Scott Feltner just played an excellent ball game over. I think he's a real key ball player for him, so we'll see if we can get him in foul trouble, see what happens.
Paul Schloff takes a shot, no good. Jim Grieve turn around, and it doesn't go.
Fouls on number 52 for the Wildcats, Randy Lindquist, his first, team second.
I think that was a little bit of a call where Randy underneath the basket just previously got a foul and trying to draw a second one on him, and Scott Smith, no, I think Randy Lindquist got that one. My mistake.
The foul, I think, was on Mark Smith, but I think Randy got called
that way.
I don't think there was really any question about it. #15, Kenneth Fowler. Shot by number 33, Scott Feltner, no good. Montague up on top, 4-2, 4:39 left in the first quarter. Randy Lindquist inside, turn around, it goes.
Nice ball movement, 2 passes, and they got the easy layup. When you've got a guy like Randy Lindquist shooting 66% from the floor, you got to get him the ball, and that's what we've been doing.
Number 15, Kenneth Fowler. Dave Osborne to Randy Lindquist. He scores once again.
Unless the Pirates do something a little bit different, we should be able to do that all night long. They haven't defensed that yet tonight.
Rich Ehrman steals the ball, comes up with him. He's fouled over the back. They don't call it.
Into the game for the Wildcats, number 32, Scott Thumser.
Scott Thumser and J.J. Flynn in for the Wildcats.
Into the game for the Wildcats, number 40, Kurt Babcock.
And Kurt Babcock comes in for the Wildcats.
Into the game for the Wildcats, number 24.
One more sub, Brad Van Bergen, as Dave Osborne takes a seat.
Also have Matt Gamble coming in for the Pirates.
Jim Grief turnaround jumper, no good. Scott Thumser tries going up with it. Nothing. Number 33, Scott Feltner.
Nice hustle by both teams. Hart just couldn't get a hold of it, and the Wildcats just came right after him, and jump ball out of bounds to the Pirates.
And an offensive charging foul. Number 43, Mark Smith.
Into the game for the Wildcats, number 30, David Osborne. Foul call, number 43 for the Pirates. Mark Smith, his first.
Dave Osborne drives and shoots. Draws foul on the shot.
David just had so many fakes that time. Nobody knew what he was going to do, and he got by everybody and took it to the hole. And then inside, he's tough. It's
real
not
nice.
going to stop from getting that shot.
Real nice ball handling there on Dave's part.
Shooting for the Wildcats, number 30, David Osborne. 2 shots.
And Dave's first goes in. Osborne's second drops to give Montague a 6-point lead. 10-4 with 2:46 left in the first quarter. Number 51 there, Dave Masunas.
And so far, the Wildcat press has really taken Hart right out of their game. They just can't quite come up with anything that's set.
Basket by number 45, Tom Johnson.
Nice position by Johnson, and easy too.
Off the hands of Van Bergen. Hart will take over.
Into the game for the Wildcats, number 34, Jim Green.
.45, Tom Johnson with a shot, no good. Montague has the ball now. Brad Van Bergen drives, passes to J.J. Flynn, no go. Jim Grieve tries it, Dave Osborne tries it.
Wasn't sure what was going to be called there again, and the ball going all over. Nobody can quite grab a hold of it. A lot of hustle on by both teams, and that's Mark Smith's second foul. And we're in the 1-and-1 now. I think Brad Van Bergen will be shooting 1-and-1.
For the Pirates, number 33, Scott Feltner.
Feltner comes back in for the Pirates.
Shooting for the Wildcats, number 24, Brad Van Bergen. 1-1.
Van Bergen's first drops. He'll have a second now.
Into the game for the Wildcats, number 12, Paul Schwab.
Van Bergen's second shot is up and good. Montague up on top by 6, 12-6. Montague takes over control. Osborne sets, shoots, and scores. And they give him 3 for that.
Well, I think that's something that David has to do more. I just got to bring guys out on him more, and then he can drive right by him. And again, he's got the good moves, and he's strong around the basket. And I just got to help his game. Right now, the Cats' quickness has really been hard for the Pirates to figure out.
Oh. Tom Johnson fouled on the shot there.
Well, I'm glad nobody got hurt. That could have been a dangerous one there. Tom Johnson went up, and we got underneath of him. I don't think it was intentional the way it happened, but it's certainly one that you could get injured on very easily with.
Shooting for the Pirates, number 45, Tom Johnson, 2 shots.
And Johnson's first shot is good.
Well, so far, Louis, the Cats have done what they thought they had. They had to get out that quick lead. They couldn't have a letdown. They've got a lot of players in so far, so they've helped themselves out in that manner in terms of keeping kids well rested. Nice drive and a shot by Richard Urban. He has to do more of that. Again, it makes him more dangerous. They're going to stay right on him, and that's going to make his passes that much more effective.
Rich Erdman at the line.
I don't mean to jinx anybody, but so far the Cats are shooting 100% from the line, and that did not happen Friday night, especially down the stretch. I'm sure Coach Tate is real happy about that.
Erdman picks off the pass there. They can't capitalize. Osborne.
Oh, is that unselfish? Is that unselfish?
Yeah.
Both guys could have had easy layups. David Osborne twice and still didn't do anything. Lots of hustle. Look at this.
Real good hustle on the Wildcats' part there.
I think Jim Grieve and Dave Osborne both had to hold that ball and just wouldn't let go, and they got traveling called on them.
Number 13, Aaron Nass with the shot.
Again, David Osborne just slowing things down.
Nice pass there to Jimmy Grieve. Foul's called. Basket is good.
I am really impressed on how the Cats are so unselfish, driving that ball and just passing it off. Again, Brad Van Bergen, I think, could have shot that and maybe drawn the foul himself, but he just passed it off for that little bit easier shot.
Well, you look
Beautiful.
at any successful team, and you're going to see that, a lot of unselfishness.
That's right, and these kids have always been that way. It's just really highlighting it so far tonight. Well, at the end of one, we have the Montague Wildcats 22 and the host Hart Pirates 8. I think as I look down into the huddles, I'm sure Coach Tate is saying, okay, guys, you played a real fine first quarter, but don't ease back. Those are going to keep on coming to you. I've been on the other side of the bench coaching against Coach Dick Huntington at Hart, and he does a nice job, and I'm sure at the end the Hart Pirates will be back in it. Louis, we got some scores here at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, you see Dave Osborne, our leading scorer there in the first quarter, with 7. Behind him with 6 is Randy, and then Jim Grieve has 5 points. Also getting a bucket is Rich Erdman and Brad Van Bergen. Van Bergen with a couple of free throws.
Right, and for the Hart Pirates, we have Tom Johnson with 4 and 2 each, Scott Feltner and K.C. Fowler.
Looking at rebounds, Montague had 9 in the first quarter, Hart with only 3. Montague with 5 steals to Hart's 3. All in all, pretty good, well-played first quarter for the Wildcats. They've just got to keep it up now.
Well, that's just it. They can't say, well, the game's over, because they've got 3 more to go. Just keep on playing good ball.
Soft's going to drive. He shoots. No good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in.
What Paul's got to do on that, he drives nice. Just stop and take the jump shot. He doesn't have to try to get a little bit closer with the layup with the fancy move. Just go up straight. He's got a nice jump shot. He should be able to go up over anybody here and put the ball in the hole.
Number 45, Tom Johnson with the basket.
Well, when he shot it, I thought maybe Tom Johnson was a little bit out of his range, but the way it came down doesn't appear that way.
Rich Erdman's going to shoot. It's a little short. Jimmy Grieve gets the rebound. Turnaround jumper, it drops.
Jim Grieve is playing excellent ball games so far. He's intimidating on defense. He's getting the boards on offense and defense, and he's got a real hot hand offensively.
Rich Erdman with the foul there.
Yeah, I believe that's Richard's second foul. We're going to shoot 1 and 1. You play the aggressive defense, full court, man-to-man press as the Wildcats are, you're going to pick up some fouls. And so Coach Tate knows that, and that's why he's shuffling players in and out.
Masuna is shooting 1 and 1. His first drops, he'll have a second. And his second also drops.
Both those shots weren't real clean, but they both went down, so the Pirates pick up 2 more.
Montague with a 14-point lead right now, 26-12. Make that 16.
Super assist by Brad Van Bergen again.
Oh, nice intercept by Jimmy Grieve. Pressed to Brad Van Bergen. Brad Bergen back to Jimmy Grieve, and he scores for the Wildcats.
What can I say? It's just beautiful. Again, they had some open shots. Again, another steal by Van Bergen. Puts it up and 2.
I think he deserved to shoot that one. He passed off the last. He could shoot this one.
That's right. Dick Huntington has seen enough at this point. He's got to get his groups back together again and figure out what they've got to do to beat that press and get back up the court and get back in this ball game. As the Wildcats now have moved it out 32-12 with 6 minutes left in the half. Well, this As March Madness approaches, although we still have a number of games to go in the regular season, this is the place that the Wildcats will be playing their district tournament. To my knowledge, I believe there are 6 teams in that field. One out-of-league school, that being Hesperia, and then we've got the Wildcats, the Vikings from Whitehall, the Pirates here, Shelby Tigers, and the Mason County Central Spartans. And if the Wildcats continue their present ways, I got to feel that they'll be the favored team in that. But they also have to be cautious. I've seen a lot of favored teams go down to defeat, but this will be the place where the Wildcat fans will come to watch their team and to cheer them on, and hopefully again on to the regionals, which will be played down in Grand Rapids again.
Pass intercepted by number 30, Dave Osborne. He passes off to Schloff. Schloff drives, passes to Rich Erdman. Rich Erdman puts it up. No good.
Well, I'm still tickled to see Richard. I think Richard could have made another pass there, and he was thinking about him. I'm glad he put that ball up. He's got to do that. And I'm sure Coach Jim Tate says, when you get the chance, you've got to make those shots. At least take them and bring that defense out to make them play honest.
Mark Smith with the bucket there for the Hart Pirates. Osborne, turnaround jumper. Fouled on the shot. I believe he was fouled by number 51, Dave Masunas.
Yeah, that's the case. David got the ball down low and just turned around and went up with it strong and drew the foul. I'm sure that he got him with the body as he went up.
Number 44 for the Wildcats, J.J.
So far, it hasn't made any difference who the Wildcats have brought off the bench. In fact, Randy Lindquist has set out most of the first half now with those 2 quick fouls after he scored 6 points, and the Wildcats have just been pushing it on up.
And they have a 20-point lead right now, 34-14, 5.5 left in the half.
That's a good foul by Brad Van Bergen, otherwise we had an easy 2. If you're going to get that foul, you don't want him to make that basket.
Van Bergen, his first. Shooting for the Pirates, number 13, Aaron Nance.
Nice save by Paul Schloff. Good rebound by Jim Grieve.
Puts it up, no good there. Dave Osborne puts it up. He scores for the Wildcats.
The Wildcats have been really, really strong tonight on the boards. Very impressive. In fact, I would be hard-pressed to say if the Wildcats had a weak strength at all tonight. There's another steal. Boy, every time the Hart Pirates get the ball in their hands, they've got 2 men on them.
Plumser comes in for Bradley Van Bergen.
And Brad gets a nice hand as he goes out, and well-deserved.
Kenneth Fowler with the basket for the Pirates. Yeah, as you said earlier, all the players playing excellently right now for Montague.
Oh, boy, I tell you, it's really pretty to watch.
Schloff open underneath. He scores.
The Wildcats are just playing a simple low post offense, double low, and they just pop out and get the ball inside and get some easy baskets off that.
Aaron Nass fouled on the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Number 44 for the Wildcats, J.J. Flynn.
That's J.J. Flynn's second foul. And that makes it 38-17 in favor of the Wildcats. Nice thought. One of the rare mistakes, and that's again from just trying to be too unselfish.
Number 33, Scott Feltner.
Nice play by Scott Feltner. Passed the ball, got the return, gave the fake, went by right to the basket for 2.
Dave Osborne drives and shoots. No good. Montague keeps the ball. Dave Osborne.
That was a 2-pointer. Dave had his front foot on that line. Again, that's what Dave has to do. He has to put that ball up and get this confidence going. He's got a nice outside shot when he wants to put it up.
Mark Smith for the Hart Pirates.
A nice play by Mark Smith. Just flashed to the lane, got the ball, and went up with it right away and made the basket.
Kenneth Fowler, he drives. Scott Thumser fouls him on the shot.
Again, that was another smart foul. Scott making sure he didn't get that basket, make him go to the line to shoot that 2 shots.
Into the game for the Wildcats, number 22, Rich Durkin. And
Kenneth Fowler at the line for the Pirates, shooting 2.
Shooting for the Pirates, number 15, Casey Fowler, 2 shots.
Right now, it looks like Wildcat coach Jim Tate is rotating in a lot of quicker, smaller players just to cause the Hart Pirates a lot of trouble bringing that ball up the court. So far, the Pirates have not figured out that press. They turned the ball over a number of times as Dave Osborne picks up the ball and a rebound, and we'll come back down here.
Van Bergen passes to Erdman. Erdman puts it up. He scores.
Number 22, Rich Durkin.
Traveling called on Scott Feltner.
Well, Scotty was running up the court before he dribbled. Nobody was in front of him, and that hasn't happened too many times tonight. I think he got a little bit excited.
Paul Schloff with a shot. It drops.
That was what I was talking about. Paul Schloff's going to take it in and just go up with that good shot.
Montague now has a 23-point lead, 44-21. Just over 2 minutes left in the half.
Nice position by Jim Grieve on the defensive boards to draw that foul, and he'll go down the other end now and get a 1-and-1.
Fouls on number 43 for the Pirates, Mark Smith, his 3rd.
And one of their key players, Mark Smith, now has 3. I don't know if the Wildcats continue to play this well, though, if that's going to be a big factor or not. But Mark Smith is an excellent ball player in this league.
And Jim Graves' first shot, good. He'll have a second now. Chris Morrissey comes in for Dave Osborne.
And David got a nice applause when he came out. Again, well-deserved.
Oh, yeah. His second drops Montague up on top, 46-21. Number 15 with the shot, Kenneth Fowler, no go. No go.
Very strong board by Jim Grieve. Just pulled that ball right out. Just ripped it down.
Jimmy Grieve for the Wildcats.
Somebody got lost. Jim Grieve didn't have anybody on him at all for the last 10 seconds or so.
And Montague with another steal there. Richard Erdman.
Everything's going in. Richard went up with the left-hander, and it rolled in. Wildcats right now really putting on a clinic. That was a nice dish off by KC Fowler.
We're down to a minute left in the first half. Montague up on top by 27, 50-23. 29 now with that bucket by Jimmy Grieve.
Boy, there's not much left to say. I tell you, the Wildcats have just played super so far, and I would want to guess maybe that there's about 15, 18 assists so far in this ball game by the Wildcats.
And that last bucket by Mark Smith for the Pirates. Van Bergen puts it up, doesn't go. Oh. Aaron Ness wide open. He can't connect.
Yeah, I think we're going to go for one last shot here, or at least I would think so. Well, there it was.
And so Hart will get one more shot. That's a three-pointer.
If the Hart Pirates did one thing right so that first half, you just saw it right there. I thought he was going to take it a little early even, but he put it up and down for 3 points to pull him back within 24. The Wildcats just totally dominated that first half. From the opening tip right on to the end. Again, about the only thing that I could say that the Hart Pirates did was put in that last shot. And again, I don't think Hart's got that bad a ball team. They played some other teams very even up, only lose going down the stretch in the fourth quarter. But they've just done an excellent job throughout. And, I just been really impressed the way the Cats have played so far. I hope they can keep it up now going in the second half.
Okay, so if you're Coach Huntington for the Pirates, what do you tell your team when you're down by 24 going in the locker room at halftime?
Well, you can tell them that, they played as good as they can play. And they're due to have a little bit let down now. They've gone to the locker room. They sat down a little bit. They think they got you whooped. You just got to come out with your guns firing. You can't afford to make the mistakes. And if you play as well as they did in the second half, you can get back in this thing. And I know Coach Huntington, he's not going to go in there with anything other than that. He's going to be in there getting his troops fired up for the second half. Come out. They're going to be playing basketball.
Okay, some first half totals here. Leading the Wildcats in scoring, number 34, Jimmy Grieve. He had 17 points in the first half. Right behind him, Dave Osborne with 13 points. Then behind that, three players with 6, and that's Schloff, Erdman, and Lindquist. Van Bergen has 4. Scoring in for Hart, our leading scorer here as I look at the sheet here, Scott Feltner, he had 7. Tom Johnson, Mark Smith both had 6. We had KC Fowler with 4 and Jeff Tolliver with 2, as well as Dave Masunas, and with 1, Aaron Nass.
Unofficially, we have the Wildcats totally dominating the boards, pulling in 18, while the Hart Pirates only had 6 for that first half. The Wildcats also had 10 steals to go with the 7 turnovers that the Hart Pirates gave us. That led to 17 scoring opportunities that normally get in a ball game. And I had a little bit high on my guesstimate earlier, number of assists, but it certainly looked like the number I gave. The Wildcats had 12 assists in that first half, which accounted for 24 of their points, while Hart, again, was on the short end, only having 3. Again, I think that's as fine a half as I've seen the Wildcats play. They've just played excellent ball, and you think, too, Randy Lindquist played for maybe 4 minutes of that first quarter and then set out for the rest of that half. And the Wildcats just kept on coming at him. I think a little bit, again, of that was just to get the quicker players in there. The Wildcats were doing real good on the boards against them, and just get the quickness in there and put a lot of pressure, and that's exactly what they did.
And it's nice being able to go to the bench and not have to use Randy. situation, kind of give him a rest off for once.
Well, it is. It's nice. I'm sure Coach will get him back in there. Randy's averaging 17.6 on the season, and I'm sure Coach Jim Tate doesn't want to hurt that average for Randy as schools are looking at him for next year and the recruitment. But, you know, he took advantage of a situation and made the most of it, and the players that were in there really did a nice job, and they deserve that chance to play. Right now we're watching some young ladies from the Hart elementary program or junior high program, I believe, that are playing, and they seem to be having a good time. I've got some other things that the folks might want to know. These are cumulative stats for the Wildcats through their first 12 games. As I mentioned, Randy Lindquist is averaging 17.6 for the Wildcats. That's the leading scorer for the Cats. He's followed by Jim Grieve with 13.2, Paul Schlaff with 12.3. Then we have Dave Osborne with 11.5. And first 5, we've got Rich Erdman with 6.6. Lindquist is the leading field goal shooter on the Wildcats team, shooting 66%, as well as shooting 66% at the foul line. Grieve is shooting 74% there. Osborne 64. And Van Bergen is shooting 71%. The amazing thing that I see here is that Paul Schlaff is shooting 50% from the field, and that certainly is an excellent percentage for a guard. But he's shooting even better from the three-point area. He's shooting 56%, which is, as far as I'm concerned, just a magnificent stat. Other percentage shooters for the Wildcats, Osborne shooting 47% from the field, Thumser 47, Rich Erdman 42, and I think some of that is because Richard drives a lot and gets some awkward shots, and they don't go on in a lot of times. And Jim Grieve is shooting 58%. On the plus-minus totals that the Wildcats run, the top 4, Richard Erdman has a whopping plus 81. And the next in line is Dave Osborne with 43, Paul Schlaff with 32, and then Randy Lindquist with 29. And those are all built up based on your assists, your steals, your turnovers, rebounds, etc. Randy Lindquist is the leading rebounder for us with 122, followed by Osborne with 80, and then Jim Grieve with 74. Richard Erdman is the runaway leader in the assist department with 92, almost doubling Dave Osborne with 47, and then Paul Schlaff with 46. Steals, Erdman again is the leader with 39, Osborne with 25, and Schlaff with 21. So that's kind of where the how the stats tell the story. Again, that doesn't say the whole thing we know. Stats at times can be misleading, but I certainly think they give somewhat of an impression of how well the Wildcats have played throughout the year and why they're at this point 11-1 and at this point well on their way to victory number 12. Louis, if you were Coach Jim Tate, what would you be telling your troops in the locker room at halftime?
Well, obviously, they've got the game in hand, but I'm sure he's telling them not to let it go to their heads to start right off because, well, you know, it's going to be hard to do, but they could come back, you know.
Well,
and,
you don't see many comebacks like this against excellent teams.
Not many, but, you know, it's not totally impossible if you get cocky.
No, it's not unprecedented, that's for sure. I can remember, I think, Dick Huntington's first year here, we had a lead with about 4 minutes to go and by 12, and we just couldn't hang on to it. So, again, if you get a little sloppy, get a little careless, you get in trouble real quick. And the other team gains that confidence, and that's the thing that the Wildcats just shut right down in the first half for the Hart Pirates. The Pirates just did not feel comfortable at all playing, and this being their home court, that's quite unusual.
Yeah, I'm sure he's also telling the team to have a good time with it, not to not to go overboard and get too cocky with the whole game, and play good ball, good heads-up ball.
Well, I think it's really key that they've done so well in this game after Friday night's game, and as I said, the last 5 ball games, which were really big ball games, just come out and play as well. I guess I really didn't expect it. I thought maybe just to be a little bit down, but boy, I'll tell you, they have just played their hearts out and just played excellent so far.
I expected Hart to be out for blood. They really don't have anything to lose at this point in the season, so I really figured they would be pretty close with Montague at halftime.
Well, and certainly based on what they did the first time around, again, where I think we did take them a little bit lightly, and maybe we learned our lesson. Maybe we said, hey, you know, last time we played them, we thought it was going to be easy victory, and look what happened. And so I'm sure that the Cats, as it appears, said we're not going to have any more part of that happening again. Well, the Wildcats were the first team out. In fact, they were out with about 5 minutes to go and sat out on the sidelines and watched the proceedings with the young ladies playing. And I see the Hart Pirates have just come out on the floor again. So shortly we'll be getting ready here for the second half.
Well, Coach Tate probably didn't have a whole lot to say. Basically, just don't get sloppy.
Well, you know,
fun with it.
And that's it. I know I've been in those locker rooms where you've had those big leads and you try to come up with things, but you want to be careful too. You don't want to manufacture things because you don't want to be phony. And I know Coach Jim Tate is not a person like that. He's going to tell it like it is, and when he's done, he's going to walk out and the kids are going to come out and play ball. And so, again, I expect the kids to play second half just like they did the first half, not having let out, and then come out getting ready for Friday night's game. By the way, Friday night we'll be at home against the Oak Ridge Eagles, and we'll telecast that one too over Cast Cable out of Whitehall. And we'd like to thank them for making us a part of their broadcast. This is an excellent opportunity for our community to see our basketball teams play and get the young men a little exposure that I think they deserve very much.
I'd like to see some stats on free throw shooting. I don't think we missed it all, did we?
Well, as we look through here, no, it appears to me that we were perfect from the line, shooting 7 for 7 in the first quarter and 4 for 4 in the second quarter for a perfect 11 for 11, it appears to me. At this point, the foul situation, and again, I don't know how pertinent it's going to be, but Richard Erdman has 2, Randy Lindquist has 2, J.J. Flynn 2, Brad Van Bergen 1, and Scott Thumser 1, where the Hart Pirates, we have Mark Smith with 3, Aaron Nass with 2, and then with 1 each, we have Mark Gamble, Scott Feltner, Tom Johnson, and Dave Manassas. Again, the score at halftime is the Montague Wildcats 52 and the Hart Pirates 28. As we wind down right here, 7 seconds left on the clock, start of the third quarter. Wildcats come out with the same group that started the ball game. Randy Lindquist is back in there at center. We'll see if the Wildcats are going to come out and do the same thing they did the first half, or they're going to maybe try something a little different, something that they can work on to see how it works during the course of the season as we progress. The Wildcats get the ball out to start the second half. Paul Schlaff will be taking out to Rich Erdman.
Paul Schloff puts it up. 3 points.
I don't know how many Paul's put up tonight, but that's got to certainly help his total.
And off the hands of Aaron Nass, Montague keeps the ball.
So far, the second half has started out just as the first.
Nice try there.
I don't think anybody knew where that ball was going except David, and he got it where it was supposed to be, but just surprised Richard Erdman with it.
That's the problems with a pass like that. Sometimes you fool your own teammates.
Another turnover, the Wildcats.
Dave Osborne drives, shoots, and scores.
Nice pass by Paul Schloff. Just let the offense come down, his teammates come down, and fill the lanes and just hit it with easy pass for easy two. As the Wildcats now have bumped up that lead to 29 points. And again, all that were underneath the board at that point were white jerseys.
And Rich Erdman shoots, no good. Mark Smith had the rebound there for the Pirates. Montague regains control of the ball. Dave Osborne puts it up, no go. Paul Schloff with the ball now. He takes it up top.
Hart now back into a 2-3 zone.
Randy Linquist's wide open. No foul called. He puts it back up, scores.
Well, that's sticking with it. You know, it'd have been very easy just to give up on it, but Randy stuck right there, hung in there, and got that ball and put it back up and in.
Montague now with a 31-point lead. They're up on top, 59-28.
Jump ball, the Pirates ball.
Got David Osborne with a slap. Got him on the wrist. He's going to go up and shoot two. That's David's first.
Number 30 for the Wildcats, David Osborne, his first. Team first this half.
Helping us out up here tonight, and has been a big help, is Larry Lindquist doing the stats for us and keeping book. It's really enabled us to give you, the fan and the viewer, some more information as we go through the game.
Nice pass to Randy, he puts it up. No go. He draws the foul on the shot.
Again, another good pass inside. The ball would have gone in. Richard would have had another assist. As it was, Randy got foul goal for two. Tom Johnson's second foul.
And Randy Lindquist puts up his first. It's good.
Randy Lindquist.
And Lindquist's second is good. Montague up on top, 61-29. Turnaround jumper by Mark Smith, no good.
Well, I think we got Jim Grieve getting a little position by jumping in there. Tom Johnson had that position, and Jim went up and grabbed that ball and moved him out.
Team second.
And Aaron Nass with the basket.
Get that basket, pulls him back within 30. 61-31.
Nice hustle there by number 15, Kenneth Fowler.
Good vision by Paul Schloff as he watched Jim Grieve break open.
Randy Lindquist shoots from up top, no good. Paul Schloff with the rebound, he puts it up, no good. Jimmy Grieve finally scores for the Wildcats.
That was a very nice play by Jim Grieve. He grabbed that ball and saw that he couldn't go up strong with the right and just kind of used his left hand to get it up and put it up and in.
The attempt there by number 33, Scott Feltner.
Dave Osborne has played excellent defense on Scott Feltner, who, as I said before, I think is an excellent ball player. And but Scott Feltner just has not got on track all night long.
Feltner once again with the shot, no good.
Yeah, that's characteristic of just how shook up he is. He's a much better ball player than that, and yet that was an air ball by 2 feet.
Number 15, Chris Morrissey.
Aaron Nass puts it up, no good.
Case Dave Osborne picked up his second foul. That's the team's third as he went up for that rebound and went back into Mark Smith.
Into the game for the Pirates, number 21, Matt Campbell.
Wildcats again are substituting as we got a couple fresh players in there.
Traveling call on Scott Feltner. Montague will take over.
Yeah, there was a case where Randy Lindquist a little bit intimidating, and Scott trying to get a little extra room, just scuffled his feet and was in trouble.
Oh, pass intercepted by Mark Smith. He passes to Nass. Nass back to Smith. It drops.
That was a nice pass by Aaron Nass.
Chris Morrissey wide open. He's going to drive. And he's fouled on the shot by number 45, Tom Johnson.
And that's Tom Johnson's third foul. That was a good play. We drew the foul. Chris Morrissey now at the line going to shoot 2. I think that's the first one we've missed tonight, Louis.
I think so.
And we didn't miss it by that much. It just hit that back edge and popped back out. Brad Van Bergen in now for Dave Osborne. Randy kept that ball alive, but just couldn't get it. And the Pirates got it back now.
Aaron Nass with the shot, no good. Number 43, Mark Smith.
Well, Mark Smith got the pass and put it away. And the score now reads the Montague Wildcats 63 and the Hart Pirates 35.
Randy Lindquist puts it up. It drops. Aaron Nass wide open. He scores.
Wildcats playing a little bit sloppy now. They're just, somebody's lost their man momentarily, and we had a couple easy baskets by the Hart Pirates. They've got to get settled back down. Maybe just here running their offense in this fashion, they'll do that.
Paul Schloff drives. He shoots. No good. Chris Morrissey puts it up. He's fouled on the shot by number 45, Tom Johnson, once again.
Well, Chris will now go to the line and get 2 more and maybe be able to redeem himself for those 2 early misses. Got Kurt Babcock going in. Again, there was a case, I think Paul Schloff could have just went up for that nice easy jumper when he got inside, and he floated to the basket, and I think it caused the ball just to go on by. It'd be so much easier, I think, if he just went straight up and over everybody and took that nice easy jump shot.
Into the game for the Pirates, number 51, Dave Masunas.
Dave Masunas in for Tom Johnson for the Pirates. Chris Morrissey ready for a second.
There, Chris got one. He just eased up on a little bit. The other 3 were a little bit long.
Scott Feltner, no good. Randy Lindquist, he loses ball to Dave Masunas.
Nice pass by Mark Smith. He knew he couldn't come down with that thing without taking travel, and he just popped it over his head and hit number 13, Aaron Nass, with that ball, and Aaron just couldn't get the ball up and in. But a very nice play by Mark Smith, who's not played a bad ball game tonight.
Van Bergen passes to Lindquist. Lindquist to Babcock. Babcock's fouled by Scott Feltner.
Last 2 times down, Randy's got the ball inside, and both times he had a little trouble hanging on to it. The first time he had the ball taken away from him as he turned into a Hart player, and this time he went up for the shot, and the ball just squirted away from him. That's the Pirates' 4th team foul, and so the Wildcats will have the ball out underneath their own basket.
Into the game for the Pirates, number 11, Tim Vanderlaan.
Tim Vanderlaan replaces Aaron Nass for the Pirates. J.J. Flynn up top for the Wildcats. Van Bergen shoots, no good. And Randy Lindquist with a one-man show.
I guess persistence does pay off. 3 straight rebounds, and he finally got it to go down.
Matt Gamble with the shot, doesn't drop.
You got 3 more Wildcats going in. Tom Cedarquist,
Keith Bloomquist, and Scott Thumser.
Scott Thumser, right.
Shooting for the Pirates, number 51, Dave Masunas. 2 shots.
Well, if Masunas can hit this second one, that'll pull the Pirates to within 30, 68-38, as he puts it down. Well, back and forth playing between the 20-yard lines, it appears as nobody can quite hang on to the ball to get it down to make any kind of threat offensively.
Cedarquist gets a hand on it there, knocks it out of bounds.
Not quite sure how the Wildcats will line up offensively. I imagine Bloomquist and J.J. Flynn will play out in front, where Scott Thumser and Kurt Babcock will probably play the 4 positions, and Tom Cedarquist in the middle.
There we go.
There's Scott Thumser had the right idea. Just kind of slow it down, get things settled, get things all set up.
Thumser with the rebound, puts it up, fouled on the shot.
Well, that's one of those cases where, again, Scott was in the right place at the right time, which I've heard Coach Tate talk about. And he didn't jump real high for that ball. He just he was right there at good position, grabbed the ball, put it back up, and drew that foul. Now he's at the line shooting 2.
Foul on number 43 for the Pirates, Mark Smith, is 4th.
And that was Mark Smith's 4th foul, which I'm sure they don't want to lose him, as he's played a pretty decent ball game tonight.
And Thumser's second drops. Nice pass there by Cedarquist. J.J. Flynn puts it up from 3-point range, no good.
Yeah, Keith Bloomquist drew his first foul as he went up over the back and on that rebound. I believe that was number 53 for the Pirates.
Scott Felton.
Darryl Graham, I believe it was, that had the rebound that drew the foul.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a lane violation there. The ball went up, and the rule states that you have to let the ball either go in or have a chance to hit the rim before you're allowed to go across that free throw line. And Mr. Cram stepped across there well before the ball had that chance. So the Wildcats ball out on the side.
Pass intercepted by Mark Smith.
Keith Bloomquist doing a nice job of handling that ball, bringing it up. Gets fouled and goes to the line and gets to shoot 1-1. Matt Gamble picked up his second foul on that one.
Shooting for the Wildcats, number 20, Keith Bloomquist. 1-1.
And Bloomquist's first drops.
Nice rebound by Tom Cedarquist, who just stepped in behind, grabbed that ball, went right back up with it, and pushed the score now to 72-40 in favor of the Wildcats. As Matt Gamble comes down and hits a three-point bucket at the buzzer for the closing score at the end of three. The Montague Wildcats 72, the host Hart Pirates 43. Well, Lou, I think the officials so far in this game have called a real good ball game. They've let the kids play ball. I don't like a lot of picky fouls when I'm coaching, and they've let them go in there and play some good inside aggressive basketball, and I'm sure that both coaches like that. Okay, I'll let you go over the scores here at the end of three.
Yeah, well, it's pretty close here. Randy Lindquist with 6, Paul Schloff with 3, Jim Grieve with 2, Osborne with 2, Chris Morrissey there with, I believe, 1, as well as Scott Thumser, Tom Cedarquist with 2. And for the Pirates, Matt Gamble with 3, Mark Smith with 6, Aaron Nass with 4.
And the Wildcats, again, continue to dominate during the game as they picked off 14 rebounds in that third quarter to 3 for the Hart Pirates. And each team had 6 turnovers as it got a little sloppy at points. Hart had a little, 2 more steals than the Wildcats, but again, a lot of different players playing, I'm sure, accounted for that, as they picked off 7 passes and the Wildcats had 5. And both had 2 assists during that quarter.
Chris Morrissey at the line.
Well, I think we had a lane violation before as Chris shot his first one missed. He now gets the second part of the 1-and-1. At this point, I believe Tom Cedarquist now had a lane violation, and that nullified Chris's second shot. So I guess it evened out at that point. Score at this point, 73-43.
Mark Smith long for the Pirates.
Chris took one extra step before he got going, but the Wildcats are playing us smart against that trapping defense. They're not stepping across that half-court line into that trap, because that can just be disastrous. Then you can use that half-court as like a third man, and you can use the sideline as a fourth man, and it really spells trouble for you. If you'll notice, as the Wildcats come up the court, the guard will bring the ball up, not quite to half court, stop and look, and somebody will try to flash in the middle, and they'll try to get that ball in there. And that's the smart way to running against that. Again, you don't want to go across that half court, and then if you happen to step back on a half court line, you're in trouble. Or if you happen to step on the end line, or sideline, you're in trouble. So smart play by the Cats. See if we can watch it here if it happens.
Double dribble on the Pirates. Montague takes over control of the ball. As Sean Brimmer fouls Chris Morrissey, he'll go to the line, shooting a 1-and-1.
And that's Sean Brimmer's first foul.
Chris Morrissey drops his first. He'll have a second now.
Well, I think Chris is now starting to get into the groove. He's been at the line a few times, and I think he's starting to feel a little confident.
His second drops.
I really don't expect to see the starters back in there the rest of the night, Louis. I think we'll see a lot of players that don't get playing time usually. Scott went up and drew the foul there, and that was his second.
Jeff Gebhardt at the line for the Pirates. Gebhardt shooting 2. His first is no good.
Well, I think we got a combination of a couple things here tonight. I don't think either of the teams we're watching are the same teams that we saw in the first ball game between these two teams. The Wildcats playing much, much better, like the team that we've seen throughout most of the year, and I don't think that the Hart Pirates are playing up to the capability that they are capable of doing. So it's a matter of both teams just playing a little bit different, and lucky for us that the Cats are playing as well as they are.
Tim Vanderlaan with the shot, no good.
Tom Cedarquist went up and grabbed that ball, nice and strong, as Keith Bloomquist takes it to the hoop. Nice left-hand layup. Couldn't get it to drop. Tom Cedarquist again with a nice, strong rebound as Chris Morrissey comes to the basket.
Tom Cedarquist with a foul.
Well, I think they got their legs hung up, and I know Tom is an awful strong young man, and I just think that Mr. Volp just couldn't get away from him.
And so Mark Volp will shoot a 1-and-1 for the Pirates. His first is good. His second, no good.
Scores 75-45 in favor of Montague Wildcats.
Thumbs are from three-point range, almost, no good though. Montague with the ball. Tim Vanderlaan knocks it away. Montague keeps the ball. Keith Bloomquist from three-point range. He scores.
Cats just worked it around until Keith Bloomquist got open and got him the ball, and he put it up and in.
Montague up on top, 78-47. 5.5 minutes left in the game. Scott Thumser inside to Chris Morrissey. Turnaround jumper. It goes.
Nice pass in by Scott Thumser, and again, a very equally nice move by Chris Morrissey to get open and pop that ball up and in.
Jeff Tolliver with the three-point attempt. Scott Thumser from three-point. He drops it.
With that, the Cats move out to an 83-47 lead. Yeah, this is fun time. You know, a lot of kids that don't get to play as much, they get out there, and I think you're going to see a lot more three-point shots. Just a lot of fun.
And for the Pirates, number 53, Darryl Ryan. For the Wildcats, number 44, Timeout Pirates.
We've got a timeout by the Hart Pirates. Tom Cederquist just came out, played an excellent ball game. J.J. Flynn in for him. Well, as I look at the scoreboard, I certainly hope that the Cats continue to play this well going into Friday night's ball game too, because again, I think that the Oak Ridge Eagles are playing better as the season goes along. But if you look at their record, 1-10, 1-11, whatever it is, it doesn't appear that well. But I guess my word would be to them, beware, because you can always catch a team on a real hot night, and if you're not up for the ball game, you're in trouble.
A team like that has nothing to lose, so they will be playing their best.
Well, they've got a new coach, and he's coming in trying to do a lot of new things. And, you know, just a matter of getting used to that system. I'm sure it's discouraging for him, but he gets a few kids doing what he wants, and this thing's going his way for a little bit. They can be tough.
Mark Volp with the basket. Mark Volp for the Pirates. Keith Bloomquist is going to drive. He puts it up. No good. Chris Morrissey gets the ball, puts it in.
That's a good hustle by Chris Morrissey under that basket. Got that loose ball, put it back up and in.
Mark Volp puts it up. No good. And Hart retains possession of the ball. Kurt Babcock puts it up, in and out. And a jump ball called. Montague has the ball.
The Pirates, number 11, Tim Vanderlaan.
Haven't been very many of those that have popped out like that for the Wildcats tonight. I thought for sure that one was going to pop in the way things have been going. Chris Morrissey coming off the floor to a good applause, well-deserved. Excellent ball game by Chris. Tom Cederquist gets in.
Scott Thumser from three-point range, a little short. He gets his tries for the rebound. Sean Brimmer ended up with the rebound for the Pirates. And the ball thrown away.
Pirates just having all kinds of problems. It just didn't seem like anybody they've had in here tonight hasn't had their share of problems. And
3 minutes remaining in the ball game. Montague with a 34-point lead, 85-51.
That's the strength of Tom Cederquist. Went up with the first shot, missed reached in, just grabbed on that ball, put it back up, drew the foul the second time. Chris Morrissey back in, probably to finish out the last 2 minutes and 52 seconds as J.J. Flynn takes a seat. Nice pass by Keith Bloomquist. Saw that opening, got it into Tom Cedarquist, and he'll go to the line for 2 more. With the score now, 86 for the Wildcats, 51 for the Pirates. Sean Brimmer picked up his second foul on that.
Number 42, Tom Cedarquist. 2 shots.
Now, with a win like this tonight, will the Wildcats possibly get an honorable mention in the state rankings? Or
well, I don't know. I looked for it in tonight's paper.
I did too, and
there was nothing there.
They've been cheated, I think, this season.
Well, you know, they know how good a ball team they are, and it certainly would be nice to get that recognition, but it's also nice maybe to show people that they deserve things at the end of the year, too, if they're not getting it. I don't know what to say. I can't imagine there are too many teams that are 12-1 at this point of the year, and most of them, I'm sure, are in the ranking someplace. But again, that's the polls. You have to play the game on the floor, and that's what these kids are doing. They're keeping it in perspective.
Scott Thumser, he tries from three-point range, does not drop. Keith Bloomquist, turnaround jumper. Good shot, no good though. And we're down to less than 2 minutes in the ballgame. Montague up on top, 87-54.
Nice hustle by Keith Bloomquist. Knocked that ball away and kept it alive and then went and got it.
Kurt Babcock puts it up off the glass, no good.
I thought that's what the referee meant. He called it Wildcats ball out of bounds, but I thought he meant the Pirates.
And a three-point shot there by Mark Volp.
Well, these young players by the Hart Pirates, too, they're not giving up. This is their chance to kind of showcase their skill. Nice pass by Scott Thumser.
Great pass and nice basket there by Kurt Babcock.
Kurt Babcock gets it to roll in 4-2.
Babcock with the rebound. Tom Cedarquist dishes off to Chris Morrissey, puts it up, no good. Thumser passes back in. Morrissey puts it up, no good. Tim Vanderlaan stripped away. And Scott Thumser with the layup.
As we move to 91-57 Wildcats.
And we're down to about 10 seconds left in the game. Montague up top with a 35-point lead.
And Kurt Babcock will be going to line and try to close out the scoring for the Wildcats. Mark Volp picked up his first foul. We had another lane violation as Mark Volp stepped in the lane before Kurt released the ball, so he'll get a third chance to make one here. And he makes the most of that extra opportunity.
36-point lead for Montague, 92-56. Tim Vanderlaan with the shot.
Almost one at the buzzer by Scott Thumser on a nice
there.
pass by Keith Bloomquist as the Wildcats close it out 92-56. Earlier tonight, we forgot to mention this, but the junior varsity Wildcats won by, I believe it was 12, 71-59 to move their mark to also 12-1. Coach Huntington and Coach Tate talking down here in front, and the Wildcats just played an excellent ball game, and there's not much more you can say. It was just super, and a super effort by all.
All in all, fantastic effort by the Wildcats.
Well, I'll tell you, if they can get efforts like that throughout the rest of the year, they're certainly going to go a long way in the tournament, and they're going to give every team they run into a good, a good fight, an excellent fight, right down to the end. Just a superior effort by the Wildcats. Well, with that, Louie, if we can get some stats here to close it out, then we'll go down and get some an interview or two. For the Wildcats, with 19 was Jim Grieve. With 15, Dave Osborne, followed by Randy Lindquist with 14. Paul Schloff had 9. Rich Erdman had 6. Brad Van Bergen had 4, as well as Tom Cedarquist. Scott Thumser had 5, and with 3 each, Kurt Babcock and Keith Bloomquist for a total of 92 points for the Wildcats. For the Hart Pirates, we had Mark Smith with 12 as the only Pirate in double figures, and he was followed by Scott Feltner with 8. And again, Mr. Feltner just could not get untracked all night long. We had Mark Volp with 7, Tom Johnson with 6, Aaron Nass with 5, and we had then a number of players, Dave Masunis, Daryl Cram, Jeff Gebhardt, Mark Gamble with 3, Casey Fowler chipped in with 4, and then with a bucket, we had Jeff Tolliver for a total of 56 points. The Cats played real well as they close this one out again, 92-56. And with that, we'll close off for a moment as we go down here to get a couple interviews. Looks like we've got Jim Grieve and Brad Van Bergen down waiting for us. All right, this is Jeff Peterson standing here with 2 of the Wildcats in tonight's big victory over the Hart Pirates. Jim Grieve on my right and Brad Van Bergen on my left. First, Brad, what do you think the key to the victory was tonight?
We had to be mentally prepared for the game today. We come off 5 big games, and if Coach said you have to be mentally prepared, he knows we'll play hard. We play hard all the time, but it's our mental. If we're mentally ready for the game, then we'll do well.
You know, we mentioned that you came off some big games there and could be a chance for a letdown. You certainly didn't want that to happen and take the luster off of those 5 ball games where you played excellent ball.
Well, we were really rolling there for a while. We got beat by Grant in a hard game, but if we keep rolling, we're going to take the conference.
Well, you know, you've played some real tough teams, and I think tonight you proved to Hart, who played you even up down at our place earlier in the season, that you're in a different class. And I thought you came out right from the beginning, set the tempo, and just played excellent ball.
Coach wanted us to come out, and he wanted us to play a full court game. He didn't want them to set the tempo in a half court game, so we come out and we played full court man-to-man. We tried to deny him the ball, and that got our blood circulating, and from there we just took the ball off.
Well, you played a nice ball game, Brad. Good to see you out there playing real tough, and you had some nice assists in there, some beautiful assists. And you had some nice assists to the gentleman over here. I'm sure he was happy for that.
Thanks,
okay. Jim, you played a nice ball game, big guy.
Well, thank you.
You took the ball to that hoop nice, and you got some key rebounds early for us, and I thought you did a good job of intimidating inside.
Well, thank you. Well, Randy had 2 quick fouls, and I just felt that I had to pick up and cover for him since he was on the bench.
Nice to have a couple guys that can get you the ball, too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It makes your job a little bit easier when they can drive and draw the defense, and then you can just step in there and grab that ball and put it up and in.
Well, I felt that I don't know, the first couple shots I took were off, and so I decided I had to go for an inside game instead of outside, so I just worked for a position, and hopefully they could get me the ball.
Well, you did that very well. I was watching you, and you got some good inside position, not just for the shots, but also for rebounds. I don't know the official stats, but you had some big rebounds for us, especially during that spurt where we just pulled right away from them.
Well, I felt that I was getting better at boxing position than I usually do, and I felt like I was jumping a little bit better tonight too.
You think, as you played against the Pirates this time, were they a little bit intimidated out there this time?
I think they were. They started different players this time, and hopefully getting the boards over us, because last time we beat them on boards last time we played them, so they thought that if they got boards on us that they could take it to the hole.
Well, you've had a real good year, Jim, and you played excellent here tonight. I'm tickled for you guys, both Brad and Jim. You guys played excellent ball games, and keep up the work. You got Friday night coming, and that's another big ball game. You can't forget the Eagles. They're always tough. So with that, good luck until Friday. Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Coach Tate, can we get you over here for a second?
Yes.
Got Coach Jim Tate. I thought that was the best I've seen us play all year long.
Well, I was really pleased with the intensity in the first half. We talked all last night at practice about a letdown after 5 big road games in a row, and there just wasn't any. We came out and played hard, and we did discover one thing Ray and I did on the bench tonight, and that is when Randy gets in foul trouble, we're going to leave David Osborne in at post. He does a great job defensively in there, and so from that perspective also it's the best we've played without Randy. And I thought Brad Van Bergen came in, did a great job on defense, knocked a lot of balls loose, and had 5 assists. And I thought that probably was as big a key to the first half as anything. Plus, that was by far Jim Greaves' best game of the year.
Well, the Pirates just never seemed to get into the game. They never could figure out your press. They threw ball after ball away, and we were just all over them. Every time they turned around, it seemed like 2 Wildcats were right there. And when you brought in a smaller unit, that just created more havoc. The quickness, they just couldn't stay with it.
Right. It's the way that Ray and I have discussed this all years. We have better athletes than most of the people we play, and it's to our advantage to play end-to-end when you got a lot of athletes. And we've got great quickness, and we can bring a lot of people in, and we have better ball handlers, and we're forcing different kids to handle the ball at different parts of the floor than they're used to, and shoot from different spots, and not run their offense that they practiced all week. And you got to be pretty good basketball players to play against full court pressure like that and make somebody pay for it. And we're just going to try and continue to take advantage of those same things, and you're going to get beat, and we give up some easy baskets and especially some offensive rebounds that drive you crazy sometimes, but we also get, on the plus side, we get a lot of turnovers and knock a lot of balls loose and get a lot of layups because of it too.
Well, and I think when you play that, if you play it well, you're going to get a lot more of the pluses than you will the minuses. You say you're going to give up some easy ones, but the whole idea of that is to create maybe 3 times as many pluses as you're going to have minuses.
Right. It's well, I got our plus-minus chart right here. We end up plus 20 for the game, and I'm sure it was much higher than that in, say, the first 2.5 quarters. Hart ends up +6. So
I just thought the kids played just beautiful out there. They just watched for each other. There were sometimes, that they just showed their unselfishness. I remember an early sequence in the second half where I believe that Brad Van Bergen stole it, or David Osborne, one of the other one. They passed it back and forth twice before anyone would shoot it, and that's just pretty to watch.
yeah, it sure is. It's the most unselfish group of players I've had and the most coachable, and I wonder sometimes if those two things don't go together. All year they haven't worried about who's got how many points or rebounds. And if you don't worry about who's getting the credit, that you can have an awful good season. And
Well, sometimes you get players on teams that have egos, and I'm sure these players have egos, but I'll tell you, they don't show it. It's more of a team ego, wanting the team to do well, and that's a real credit to them. That's a real credit to you and the coaching staff and the school.
yeah, thank you. They cheer for each other on the bench. The kids that are out of the game cheering for the guys that are in at the end. They've pulled for each other all year. I'll tell you, I'm having fun.
I'll bet you are. Well, congratulations, Jim. And again, we've got a big one coming up Friday. Again, you can't have a letdown against the Eagles. At times I've watched the paper. They've played pretty good ball. They just stayed in it and just couldn't close at the end. So I'm sure, as we saw tonight, that the Cats won't be down. They proved that tonight. And as we head on out, we just look for more of the good play. So congratulations again, and we'll see you on Friday.
Okay, thanks, Jeff.
Okay, Jim. Well, that'll cap off tonight's action here from Hart Gymnasium, and we'll be with you on Friday on Cass Cable TV for the Oak Ridge Eagles versus the Montague Wildcats at Montague High School Gym. And with that, this is Jeff Peterson signing off for Montague High School basketball.